We're out here on the north end of Wadey's Island near the Little River Inlet, and this is early spring. It's mid-March here, and the water's just now getting warm enough for people to fish inshore. But we're just taking a look at what's drifted up on the beach since last fall. Things tend to collect out here, and the currents from the ocean bring items from North Myrtle Beach and bring them up here, and they come in the inlet, and then they deposit along this shoreline. And when you walk along, there's some aspects of it that's kind of fun to see. You pick up everything, and it's interesting, but it's also litter and it's damaging. I want to tell you about this pelican that I'm standing beside. This was built by my company, Environmental Sculptures. The purpose of the sculpture is to showcase the problem of trash and litter in the environment. This particular pelican, the trash that you see in it was collected out of the marsh here in Murrells Inlet, and kids filled this sculpture with this particular trash. Now it's on display here by this boat landing in order to show to people that use the marsh the importance of not putting trash in the environment, and also the damage that it can do to a pelican if it is put in there. And that's the purpose of this guy, and we think it's a vital part of the message not to litter.
It's kind of sickening just to see that if that was a real bird and then you see all that trash inside the bird. It's just sad. But then you look at it and it's kind of cool to see that, you know, we recycled all that.
It's important because our kids are going to be in this world, so we want to keep it clean for them.
Here's a piece of a bottle rocket that was shot. And I mean, these don't seem important just looking at them until they're in your stomach. You know, if your kid was to swallow these, wouldn't you go in a panic, getting them to the hospital to fix the problem? Well, that's what happens here when fish think this is something to eat. And of course, this fishing line, and we do make an effort. The DNR has collection tubes at most of the boat landings, or a lot of them. That's a good program, and some of the manufacturers of this will recycle this, but not if it's left out here in the ocean. It has to be deposited correctly. I want to introduce Bo Ives. He's the chairman of Keep Horry County Beautiful here in Horry County, and has been a great supporter of the work that we've been doing here with our sculptures, or the environmental sculptures. You know, I hate to say this, but a few years ago, I had no idea that this was going on. But I happened to be out on the waterway one day seeing all this trash that was on the intercoastal, and I said to my friend, I wish there was something I could do about it. And the next thing I know, somebody's calling us about making a sculpture, and then that led to us getting involved with these groups. And I can't tell you how impressed I am with people that have been doing this a lot longer than I've been doing it, that are doing a really good job, and Bo is right at the top of that list.
We've been making a lot of progress since we started 8 years ago. Our scores, we do a litter index annually where we actually measure 133 locations in the county and see how we're doing from year to year, and we're improving each year.
We just try to bring more awareness to our communities about why we need to recycle, why it's important, why we can't just litter, and how much we can change this earth if we all work together through hard work and unity.
We did start an art museum where we got different kind of cardboard, paper recycled items and made them into creation, so that it's teaching kids that they can reuse items and not just throw them away.
That's a good idea. I think that's one of the reasons we started our sculptures as well. We wanted art to be a factor in communicating the message about not littering.
When I see the sculptures, I think they're cool because it just shows that, like, a lot of people just put time and effort to, one, build it, and then two, pick up the trash to actually put it in.
I think they're really neat and creative, and I think it's cool that people spend time to make these, and people spend time to put the trash into them, because it hurts the environment, and you should definitely think twice about littering.
We need to change behavior. So one of the things that we're going to be focusing on is trying to get kids educated early on not littering in the first place, coming out and having fun and helping us pick it up, and then on the enforcement side, letting the judges and the magistrates know that this is a crime.
We got involved in this because of the local town that I live in of Little River. We found that there's so much trash on the Intercoastal Waterway that we wanted to do something about it. And we started a cleanup. We built our first sculpture there, which was a dolphin. And it's kind of drawn attention to the trash in the waterway, and we think it makes a difference in the attitudes that the boaters and the participants of that environment use. And if it does, then hopefully it'll keep it cleaner.